Welcome to our PE edition of At Home with APS. I am Profe Yoder. We have Ms. Hornbeck, we have Mr. Dunham, and Mr. Anderson to help us do our physical instant activity this morning. Bienvenidos a At Home con APS. Vamos a empezar con una actividad instantánea en donde ustedes tienen que decidir qué les gusta mejor de la foto que estamos enseñando. We're going to start with some exercises. We're going to hold up two pictures. If you like the picture that's on this side, you're going to follow Mr. Anderson and Profe. If you like the picture that's on Ms. Hornbeck's side, you're going to follow Mr. Dunham and Ms. Hornbeck. All right, here we go. First one, if you like to read, we will do a push-up, just like Mr. Anderson is doing. And if you like to listen to music, what will we do? We will do shoulder taps, like Mr. Dunham is showing us, for 30 seconds. Ready? Decide. Reading or singing? And here we go. Despechadas por 30 segundos de este lado. El otro lado, estamos haciendo toques de hombros. Y si nos cansamos, podemos descansar. If we're tired, we can stop. All right. Whew, bien hecho, good job. This time, do you like hamburgers? If you like hamburgers, we're gonna do some curl-ups. Mr. Anderson, si te gustan las hamburguesas, vamos a hacer abdominales, curl-ups. Y si te gustan las salchichas, los hot dogs, vamos a hacer el giro ruso, the Russian twist. Así como lo está haciendo, like Mr. Dunham is doing. All right, 30 seconds, here we go. We are doing the curl-ups. Si se puede, you can do it. 30 seconds. 10 seconds. Y terminamos, and we're finished. All right, next choice you have. Do you like to play basketball? We're gonna do calf raises. Mr. Anderson's doing some calf raises. Or if you like soccer, we are going to do forward lunges. Estocadas hacia adelante, de ese lado, parándonos de puntillas de este lado. ¿Listos? Ya, empecemos. Some of these are easier than others, but the important thing is to move right away. Hay que movernos. Okay, next one, el que sigue. We have some food choices. Do you like broccoli? We are going to do a plank. Mr. Anderson, on your elbows. Plank on the elbows, back straight. And if you like carrots, we are going to do some boxing punches. Si te gusta el brócoli, vamos a hacer la tabla. Y si te gustan las zanahorias, vamos a hacer boxeo. ¿Listos? ¡Ya! Ya casi. We're almost there. Nice boxing. Así es el boxeo. 5 segundos. Y terminamos. Muy bien. El que sigue, the next one. Si te gusta ir a la playa, if you'd rather be at the beach right now, we're going to do the Superman pose. On your tummy, picking up your feet in the back, and your hands in front, getting that core. Y si te gusta, and if you like, winter weather, snowing, we are going to do, what are we doing? We're doing bicycle crunches. Okay, si te gusta la nieve, Vamos a hacer abdominales de bicicleta. Si te gusta la playa, el Superman. ¿Listos? And go. Vamos, tú puedes. You can do it. And we're up. Good job. Very good. And the last one. Let's think about how we're feeling these days. Vamos a pensar cómo nos estamos sintiendo. If you're feeling happy, we're going to do some ninja squats. Mr. Anderson, you squat and you kick up like a ninja. Wah! There you go. And if you are feeling a little bit worried, si estás preocupado, we are going to do mountain climbers. Vamos a hacer ejercicios de alpinista, mountain climbers. Y nosotros, and we're going to do what? Ninja squats. Okay. ¿Listos? Y ya. You can go ahead and say it at home. Hi-ya! There you go. Así es. Muy bien hecho, alpinistas. Look at those mountain climbers go. They're climbing that mountain. Okay, muy bien. Un aplauso para todos. Good job, boys and girls. Chócala, chócala. High five. Boys and girls, you need some water. We're going to take a quick break. Please find a little glass of water, bottle of water around the house. And also, if you can pick up 3 plastic bags, we'll be right back. Welcome back, boys and girls. We are set to do a juggling activity now. Just so you know, as we give instructions, the sign language will be given in English only. As I translate in Spanish, they will not sign that language. Vamos a hacerlo en español y inglés, pero los que están dándonos las instrucciones con signos no lo van a hacer en inglés, en español, perdón, solo en inglés.
All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. Again, I'm Mr. Dunham. I teach at Zia Elementary School. I'm very happy to be here. We are going to do some juggling today.
Vamos a hacer barabalismo.
So to start off, we're only going to use 1 plastic bag.
Vamos a empezar con una bolsa.
Some of you may have scarves at home. You can use a scarf or any kind of lightweight material.
Algunos tienen banderas en la casa o alguna cosa liviana que puedan tirar.
But for most of us, a plastic bag is more accessible. So that's what we're using today.
Pero para nosotros es más fácil con una bolsa plástica y eso es lo que vamos a usar.
So just to start off, I'm going to hold the plastic bag in my dominant hand, and I'm just going to throw and catch the bag.
Vamos a tirar la bolsa con nuestra mano dominante, o sea, nuestra mano favorita. Vamos a tirarla y ganarla, tirarla y ganarla.
So as I'm doing this, I'm making sure that I'm looking at the plastic bag. That way I always know where that bag is.
Mientras estamos haciendo esto, estoy asegurándome que mi vista está en la bolsa para que yo sepa en cuál momento debo agarrar la bolsa.
Let's try switching to our non-dominant hand now.
Cambiemos a la mano que no es nuestra favorita, la no dominante.
So for some of us, it's a little bit more awkward and strange to use our non-dominant hand. That's why we want a little bit of practice.
Para algunos de nosotros nos cuesta mucho hacerlo con nuestra mano que no es nuestra favorita y por eso tenemos que practicar más.
Try just throwing it across your body from one hand to another right now.
Trata de tirarla de una mano a la otra, cruzando la parte central de nuestro cuerpo.
How many times are you able to keep the plastic bag in the air without it hitting the floor? Can you throw it back and forth 4, 5, 6 times before it hits the floor?
A ver, ¿cuántas veces lo puedes hacer seguido sin que la dejes caer al piso? 5, 6, 7.
All righty. I think we're pretty warmed up now and ready to start some juggling. Again, only 1 plastic bag.
Bien, ya estamos calentados y vamos a usar solo una bolsa.
So some of the cues for juggling with 1 bag right now is that we want to hold the bag in one hand and we want to hold the bag down at a lower level, kind of near your knees. What we're going to do is we're going to throw the plastic bag up and across our body, catching it with the non-dominant hand up high. So as you're throwing and catching, I want you to think start low, end high. It looks like this. Starting low,
Así
ending
es.
high.
Vamos a empezar agarrando la bolsa con una mano en un nivel bien bajo. Por la cintura la tiramos cruzando nuestro cuerpo y la ganamos en un nivel alto al otro lado de nuestro cuerpo. De un nivel bajo a un nivel alto cruzando el cuerpo.
So I have a question. Why do you suppose we're starting off using a plastic bag rather than a ball?
Tengo una pregunta para ustedes. ¿Ustedes por qué creen que estamos usando una bolsa plástica en vez de usando una pelota suavecita para hacer malabarismo?
Well, the plastic bag is lighter weight. It won't fall so fast to the ground, so it makes it easier for you to track, easier for you to grab.
La bolsa es más liviana, mucho más liviana, es más fácil tirarla, se espera un poquito y es más fácil atraparla.
Well, let's do a little bit of challenges. We've been working on that basic component of juggling, starting low, ending high. But let's turn this kind of into a little game. First thing I want you to do is let's throw and catch the plastic bag with whichever hand you want, and let's practice only catching at a high level. A high level is anywhere above your shoulders. So I'll demonstrate.
Bien, tenemos un reto. Vamos a ver si podemos tirar la bolsa y ganarla con cualquier mano, pero siempre que la ganemos, ganémosla a un nivel muy alto. Cualquier mano y agarrándola a un nivel muy alto.
So we're just practicing up here at a high level.
Estamos practicando a un nivel alto, arriba de los hombros.
Now let's try catching it at a low level below your knees. So I'm going to throw the plastic bag in the air, and I'm going to catch it down at a low level below my knees. Looks something like this.
Oh, miren, ahora estamos haciendo otro reto. Tirando la bolsa, pero ganándola abajo de las rodillas, que es un nivel bajo. Un nivel muy bajo sin que toque el piso.
Drop that one. That's okay.
Está bien si haces errores, estamos practicando.
So we've practiced catching at a high level above our shoulders. We practice catching at a lower level below our knees. Now let's practice catching the plastic bag at a medium level. So that's somewhere between your shoulders and your knees. So I want to catch it in this medium level.
Hemos practicado a un nivel alto, hemos practicado a un nivel bajo, ahora a un nivel medio, que es entre los hombros y las rodillas. Practiquemos tirando y ganando esa bolsita a un nivel medio.
All right, let's try another little challenge here. We've been catching with our hands. Why don't we try catching with different body parts? Maybe we'll try catching the plastic bag with our elbow, maybe our head, maybe even our knee. You choose which body part you want to catch the plastic bag with.
Ok, este es un nuevo reto. Vamos a ver si podemos ganar esa bolsita con diferentes partes del cuerpo. Tal vez el codo, tal vez la cabeza, tal vez la rodilla, tal vez la espalda, como vieron a Mr. Anderson. Muy bien.
One more little challenge. Let's try doing some tricks when we're catching this plastic bag. It may be something like catching the plastic bag behind your back. Maybe you're going to throw the plastic bag in the air, do a spin, and catch the bag. I'll give you an example.
Vamos a hacer unos trucos ahora ganándolo, como girando, dándonos una vuelta, o tal vez ganándola atrás de la espalda. Ustedes imagínense qué truco pueden pensar para ganar esa bolsita. Hagan un truco. Imagínense que están en el circo.
And if we drop it, that's okay.
Y si se cae la bolsita, está bien. Estamos practicando el malabarismo.
All right, well, that was a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and one more time, let's go back to our juggling with one plastic bag. Do we remember we're starting where?
Bien, vamos a hacerlo otra vez. Vamos a regresar a lo que hicimos al principio. Vamos a empezar el malabarismo empezando. ¿A dónde creen que vamos a empezar?
We're starting low, you're right, and we're ending high.
Así es,
Let's try
vamos a
that.
empezar a un nivel bajo, cruzando el cuerpo y terminando a un nivel alto. Desde abajo hacia arriba.
Maybe every time you catch the bag, you're going to say a letter in your name. So for example, I'm Mr. Dunham. D,
Tal vez, al ganar la bolsa cada vez,
N,
vamos a deletrear nuestro nombre.
H,
H,
A,
A,
M.
M. Deletrea tu nombre cada vez que ganes la bolsa.
You could say the alphabet.
O tal
you can
vez-
you can spell out your first name.
Di el alfabeto, tal vez
Your
tu comida
dog's name.
favorita, tu apellido. Deletrea diferentes palabras.
Great work, boys and girls. That was fantastic. So we were practicing again juggling with one plastic bag. My colleague, Mr. Anderson, he's going to teach us how we're going to juggle with two bags.
Excelente, gracias niños y niñas. Vamos ahora a cambiar y hacer malabarismo con dos bolsas con el señor Anderson.
So my name is Mr. Anderson. I teach PE at Inez Elementary School. Go Rockets! So we're going to move on to two bags. We're going to move on to two bags, okay? Makes it a little bit more difficult, but I think you can handle it.
Vamos a ir ahora al siguiente nivel que son dos bolsas y vamos a ver si lo podemos hacer.
First thing I want you to do with these two, we're going to loosen up a little bit. We're going to move our bodies a little bit more. I want you to create your own pattern. I don't care how you throw it. I don't even care if you catch it. I just want both bags going up at the same time.
Bien, quiero que sean ingeniosos y que ustedes diseñen tu propio patrón.
You can cross them
Pueden
if you
tirar
want
los
to.
cruzados, pueden tirar los derechos para
good,
arriba.
looks good.
Hagan cualquier movimiento con dos bolsas.
Over the top.
Por encima de la cabeza,
Just
cruzándose,
keep moving. I want you to jump as high as you can and throw it as high
tal vez
as you can.
saltando hasta arriba.
If you drop them, that's fine. Just keep
Si los dejas
moving.
caer, no te preocupes, agárralos y sigue.
How about this? Pass it in a circle, pass it in a circle,
en un
pass it in
círculo.
a circle.
Pasa uno a la vez en un círculo.
And then try to go the other way. Can you go the other
Y
way?
ve al revés. Oh, ya parecen profesionales.
Ah, that looks good, looks good. All right, go ahead and stop. Now, just to review a little bit.
Para
One
repasar.
bag. Sorry about that. With the one bag, okay, at Inez we do something, we call it a ninja catch, just to bring a little bit of excitement into this. So we're gonna cross it up, and then we're gonna go "Wah," and catch that bag.
Bien, en mi escuela Inés
Other side.
hacemos
Toss it up.
una atrapada que se llama la atrapada del
Catch that
ninja.
bag. Let's go, ninjas.
Hacia arriba y haciéndole el sonido de ninja. ¡Wow!
Looks good, looks good. Keep going. All right, so back to the two. Here's what I want you to do. I want to see everybody doing the same thing this time.
Ahora
Okay,
quiero que todos me sigan.
I call it cross it up. So we're going to take them, we're going to start down low, we're going to cross our arms, let them go, and catch them with that ninja catch. You ready?
Vamos a cruzar nuestros brazos de abajo hacia arriba y con el agarre de ninja.
Here we go. Cross it up,
Hacia arriba,
catch it down.
eso, hacia
Do it again.
abajo.
Cross it
Hacia
up,
arriba y hacia
catch it
abajo.
down. Again, cross it up,
Hacia arriba
catch it
y
down.
hacia abajo.
Couple more times.
Unas dos o
Nice.
tres veces más.
One more. Cross it up, catch it down.
Eso.
You got that one?
I got it.
You guys got that one?
¿Ustedes lo
Good.
hicieron? Excelente, muy
Moving
bien.
on. We're going to go over the top this time. So everybody say over the top.
Over
Ahora
the top.
por encima,
All
over
right,
the
so
top.
cross it over the top.
Por
Catch it
arriba.
with your hands going down.
Y abajo.
Cross it.
Arriba
Catch it.
y abajo. Por arriba
Cross it. Catch it.
y atrapándola.
Now, if you notice, I'm getting up on my toes when I'm doing that. I'm actually getting a calf workout here. So cross it or cross it up
Pónganse en sus puntillas para
down.
poder llegar hasta arriba.
Two more
Hasta
crosses.
arriba.
and over the top.
De puntillas y
And catch it.
atrapada.
Good. So it's not quite juggling yet. Okay, we don't call it juggling till we have one more object than we do hands. Okay, so right now we're using 2 hands, 2 pieces of plastic. So it's not quite juggling yet. We'll get to one-handed juggling in a few minutes.
Todavía no es malabarismo porque estamos usando igual número de bolsas que las manos que tenemos. Cuando lleguemos a 3, ahí sí ya va a ser malabarismo o cuando lo hagamos con una mano.
So we're going to do something called cross, cross, catch, catch. You guys say it with me. Cross, cross, catch, catch.
Vamos a hacer algo que se llama cruzado, cruzado, atrapado, atrapado.
I also call it SpongeBob SquarePants. Okay, so take a look. I'm going to take one bag. I'm going to toss it over my shoulder. I'm going to take the other bag and toss it over my shoulder. I'm going to come back and catch the first one. Come back and catch the second one. Cross, cross, catch.
Vas a empezar con una mano desde abajo hacia arriba, la sueltas, luego tiras la otra, la sueltas y luego agarras la que tiraste primero y luego agarras la segunda.
Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate. So I cross it.
Cruzando,
I cross
cruzando,
it, I catch
atrapamos,
it, I catch
atrapamos.
it. Ooh, that was pretty tough. Let's try that again.
Cruzando, cruzando,
catch,
atrapamos,
catch.
atrapamos.
If you drop it, that's perfect.
Si
That's
se
okay.
cae, no importa.
There you go. Okay, we'll try that a
Cruzamos,
bit.
cruzamos,
Cross, cross,
atrapamos,
catch, catch.
atrapamos.
Cross, cross, catch, catch. And I want you to say that when you do it. It helps you
Y
get the
quiero que
movement
digas
down.
esas palabras. Cross, cross, catch, catch.
I like doing it like this. We go cross, cross, catch, catch, cross, cross,
Podemos
catch,
ponerle
catch,
musiquita.
cross, cross, catch,
Cruce,
catch,
cruce,
cross,
agarramos,
cross,
agarramos.
catch, catch. Yeah? Okay, try a little bit more. Cross, cross.
Cruzando,
catch.
cruzando, atrapadas, atrapadas.
Now, one of the things I've noticed with my students, there's a couple of things that I see kids do when they do this. Okay, the first thing I see kids do is something we call passing. We actually did passing before, we probably shouldn't have. So if you're doing this, cross, pass, cross, pass, cross, pass.
Esto
cross.
es pasando la bolsa, no es malabarismo. Esto es lo que veo en algunos de ustedes a veces.
If you do that, you're gonna have a hard time juggling. So it's gotta be that toss, you gotta throw it, you've gotta throw it, and then you catch.
Tienes
So
que
let's try
tirarla,
that again.
tirarla, ganarla, ganarla.
So toss,
Tiramos,
catch,
tiramos, ganamos, ganamos.
2 more. Yeah, Mr. Dunn.
Tiramos,
Cross,
tiramos,
catch,
atrapamos, atrapamos.
cross, catch. What do you think?
I think that's good.
¿Qué crees?
got it?
Sí, lo hicimos muy bien.
So
Bravo.
now, when you're juggling, if you're new to juggling, this is going to take time. Don't expect to be able to do this first time. Don't get frustrated. Keep working at it. You'll get this. I guarantee you'll get this. When you use the plastic bags, it slows everything. You can even do this in slow motion. Toss, catch.
No te desanimes, no te desanimes. Si esta es tu primera vez haciendo malabarismo, no te preocupes. Toma práctica.
So don't worry if you don't get it right away. Keep practicing this. So what do you think? Should we move on to one-handed juggling?
I think we should move on to one-handed juggling.
Bien, vamos a seguir con malabarismo de una mano.
So, one-handed juggling, 2 scarves, or we use scarves in the gym in PE over at Zia Elementary School.
En este
Go
vamos a
Eagles.
usar una mano y 2 bolsas.
But today we're using the plastic bag. So if I say plastic bag, if I say scarf, excuse me, I mean plastic bag.
Si yo digo pañuelo, estoy refiriéndome a la bolsa, porque usamos pañuelos en mi escuela.
So we're going to start off with the plastic bags on the floor.
Vamos a
Okay?
empezar con las bolsas en el piso.
I'm going to start with my dominant hand. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to start with my dominant hand, my right hand. I'm going to bend down. I'm going to grab one plastic bag, and I'm going to throw it in the air. And while that plastic bag is in the air, I'm going to grab the second one off the floor, and then I'm going to throw it up. Okay?
Entonces, vamos a empezar con las 2 bolsas en el piso. Voy a empezar siempre con mi mano favorita. Voy a agarrar una bolsa, la tiro en el aire y mientras que está en el aire, me agacho para agarrar la otra bolsa y la tiro en el aire.
As this one falls to the ground, the first one that I threw up, then I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to throw that in the air, and then I'll take my second bag, and I'm just going to keep on doing that in that same pattern. I'm going to start off slow, as you'll see, and if you want to challenge yourself, go a little faster. Slowly go a little faster. Okay? If you start getting frustrated, then go back to a slower movement. Okay? We want this to be fun. So I'm going to start off. Mr. Anderson's going to join me. So here we
Vamos a
go.
empezar. La primera bolsa, tiramos la otra. Cuando la otra pegue, agarramos la otra bolsa, uno a la vez. Después de soltarla, abajo, empieza despacio si puedes. Si quieres darte un reto, hazlo un poquito más rápido, pero solo usando una mano, la misma mano, esa mano dominante. Ah, y ya lo están agarrando en el aire. ¡Qué bien!
Good stuff, good stuff.
Good job, boys
Muy
and
bien,
girls.
una mano, tirándola y ganando la otra.
I'm going to try it with my non-dominant hand, just
Ahora
to
con mi
challenge
mano
myself.
que no me gusta, mi mano que no es la favorita. Tirando y ganándola. Muy bien.
So watch what I'm doing, boys and girls. I'm going to throw the first bag up. I'm going to let it fall to the ground. Then I'm going to pick up my second bag, and then I'm going to throw that one in the air.
Ahora miren lo que voy a hacer. Tiro la primera, voy a dejar que caiga primero y luego agarro la otra bolsa, dejo que caiga, agarro la otra, dejo que caiga un poquito más despacio.
So we're going to practice that one more time. If you need to slow it down, follow me. If you feel like you need to be challenged and speed it up a little bit, follow Mr. Anderson.
Si quieres hacerlo despacio, me sigues a mí. Si lo quieres hacer un poquito más rápido, sigue al maestro Anderson.
All righty. Great job. We're
Muy
having a
bien
lot of
hecho,
fun here.
niños y
I hope
niñas.
you are as well. So, Mr. Anderson, you think they're ready to kind of see what it's like to use 3 bags?
Sure.
All right.
I think they can handle it.
All
Ok,
right, let's try it.
vamos a ver si ustedes pueden
Thank you.
hacerlo con 3 bolsas. Ahora sí es un reto mucho más grande.
Okay, so again, take it slow.
Bien, otra vez quiero explicarles que lo tomen lentamente, despacio.
This is going to take time to learn. When you add 3, now normally if I were doing this in my classroom, this would be our 3rd day of juggling. So if you don't have it down right now, that's perfect, that's fine. Keep on working with 2, okay? Cross, cross, catch, catch.
Esto lo hacemos cuando ya estamos en la unidad tercera de nuestra unidad de malabarismo, así que no se preocupen si es su primer día haciéndolo.
So we're going to kind of just demonstrate this. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this. But the way it's kind of a combination between the one-handed juggling and the cross, cross, catch, catch. So the biggest thing, sorry.
La primera cosa que vamos a hacer es poner 2 bolsas en una mano y poner una bolsa en la otra mano.
We're going to start with the hand with 2 pieces of plastic in it. Two pieces of plastic first.
Empezamos con la mano que tiene 2 bolsas en esa mano.
When I hold the 2, I have one between my pinky and my ring finger, and I have the other one in my pincher fingers. And I hold it kind of like it's an icky diaper. So you
Sí.
just hold on to the edge.
Entonces, una bolsa es con los meñiques y la otra bolsa lo agarramos como si fuera un pañal sucio. Uy, qué feo.
So I'm going to get rid of that first plastic bag. I'm going to toss it over that shoulder. Just toss it over there. After I do that, I'm going to toss my second one, and then it's just a toss, catch, toss, catch, toss, catch. Again, I try and add the rhythm so that it's a little bit easier to remember this. So I'm going to get rid of the first one, and then I'm going to toss, catch, toss, catch, toss, catch, toss, catch.
Ok, entonces estamos tirando, empezamos con la mano derecha, la que tiene las 2 bolsas, cruzamos para arriba, tiramos, ganamos, tiramos, ganamos, tiramos, ganamos, tiramos, ganamos.
Pretty good. Again, so when you're starting, start with the hand with 2.
Empieza siempre con la que tiene 2 bolsas,
Get rid of that first one, toss.
uno
and
para
then
arriba,
toss,
el otro
catch.
para el otro
Oh,
lado.
missed it.
Es difícil, hay que tener práctica.
Here we go. Toss, toss, catch, toss, catch, toss, catch, toss, catch, toss, catch.
Toss catch.
What do you
Estamos
think?
tirando y ganando, tirando y ganando.
Looks good, looks good. So again, juggling is excellent for your brains. This is wonderful brain exercise. Anytime you're crossing the middle of your body, you're integrating both sides of your brain. excellent for your brain.
El malabarismo es un ejercicio muy bueno para tu memoria, para tu cerebro, porque cada vez que cruzas el centro de tu cuerpo, estás usando más de tu cerebro.
So what do you think?
I think we're good. We did a great job working on practicing with one plastic bag. Then we did some challenges with that one bag. Then we moved to 2 bags. And then we practiced juggling, actual juggling, one hand in 2 bags. And then we were able to practice with 3.
Yo creo que lo hicimos muy bien, Mr. Anderson. Creo que practicamos con una bolsa primero, luego con 2 bolsas y una mano, y luego hicimos malabarismo con 3 bolsas. Excelente.
So keep practicing, guys. I know you can get this. We are going to take a break for a second, and we'll be back with more movement for you all.
Sigan practicando y nos veremos en un momento.
Okay, so I couldn't possibly do at home with APS without doing a dance,
No
especially in the PE.
podemos hacer at home con APS sin por lo menos hacer un baile.
So we're going to do a dance called the chainsaw dance.
Vamos a hacer un baile que se llama chainsaw.
Okay, so there's a couple steps to this. I'm actually going to teach this like I teach this to my students. Okay, so the first part of this dance is just a step and a snap. So you're going to step, snap, step, snap, step,
Paso
snap, and step,
y
and snap.
hacemos un snap.
Excellent. Now I don't care which way you go. You can go any way you want to. Just find your own groove.
Puedes ir para cualquier lado.
Okay, then the next part, you're going to hear me say hop it out. When we hop it out, we're just going to hop from one side, hop to the other side, hop to the other side.
Cuando saltamos en un pie y luego el otro. Cuando Dios diga hop.
All right, and then my favorite part, I call it pump it out. You're going to get low and you're going to go pump, pump, clap, pump, pump, clap, pump, pump, clap, and pump, pump, clap. Okay, and then the last part is the chorus. The guy sings, both to your knees now, crank it like a chainsaw. So we do this, we go
Y al final, hacia arriba,
down,
hacia abajo.
crank it like a
Y jalamos la
chainsaw.
máquina de cortar leña.
And then we go up,
Arriba,
down,
abajo.
crank it like a chainsaw. Now
Y
crank it,
cortamos.
crank it,
Hacia arriba.
crank it, jump back,
Para
crank
atrás,
it, crank
vas.
it, back, 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 back. And then we do it again. Up, down, crank it like a chainsaw.
Arriba,
Up, down,
abajo,
crank it like a
hala.
chainsaw. Now crank it,
Arriba.
crank it, crank it, back, crank it, back.
Hacia atrás
back.
2 veces.
And then the last one, the last part. Okay, we call them what steps. So you take a big step and you go, what step? What
Y al final dices, ¿qué?
step? With attitude.
¿Qué onda?
Yeah, with attitude. Good, good, good. Okay, so let's try it. Here we go from the top.
Bueno, aquí vamos, desde el principio.
Let's find that groove. Here we go.
Yeah, they like the way I move it. When I crank it like it's snap. Yeah, they like the way I move
Keep
it.
going.
When I crank it
Hop
like
it out.
full throttle, heavy metal, set the
Yeah.
bar, next level, wasteland, getting all janky, so glow.
Chainsaw.
Got with them elbows back, it's
Looks
smoking, 'cause I'm
good.
stressed.
Keep moving.
From all this sweat, catch my
Pump
breath.
it out.
Now hear me roar, I'm an ape.
With attitude.
From Sycamore, let's get Skeletor.
Keep moving.
Watch it learn, watch it learn.
Here we go. Here we go. We go up, down. Crank it like a chainsaw.
Crank it like a chainsaw.
Crank it, crank it, crank it, back, crank it, crank it, back, up, down, up, down, crank it like a chainsaw, crank it, crank it, crank it, crank it, crank it. What steps? What? What? Say what? 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 Hop it out, hop it out. Want to get a little bit western? Stick those thumbs in those belts. Yeehaw! Pump it out! Here we go. Here we go. Take it high. Get that heart rate up. Up. Down. Down. Crank it. Crank it. Crank it. Back. Crank it. Crank it. Back. Up. Down. Crank it like a chainsaw. Crank it. Crank it. Crank it. Crank it. Crank it. Crank it. Back. Good job, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent job. Hopefully that got your heart rate up a little bit. When we're doing movement, we want to get that heart rate up and then bring it back down. I think we're going to bring it back down with a little yoga, a little mindful thinking about what's going on in our bodies and in our minds. So, good job, guys. Thank you for
Muy bien
participating.
hecho, muy bien hecho. Chócala. Es importante tener nuestro corazón a un nivel alto, los latidos altos. Vamos a hacer algo para calmarnos ahora. Una atención plena con la señora Hornbeck.
And we'll be back with a little yoga.
Welcome back, you guys. That was an awesome dance by Mr. Anderson. I hope you guys all had fun. We're now gonna bring our heart rates down. All right, we're gonna do some yoga. All right, I'm Miss Hornbeck and I teach at Monte Vista Elementary.
Bienvenidos niños y niñas. Gracias, señor Anderson, por ese baile que hicimos. Vamos a traer nuestro corazón, nuestros latidos ahora para que bajen un poquito. Yo voy a enseñarles un poquito de yoga.
All right, so again, you want to make sure that all the furniture is kind of out of the way, all right? And you're going to go ahead and have a seat just right down, all right? So go ahead and sit down. You're going to sit crisscross applesauce, all right?
Asegúrate que todos los muebles están lejos para que no quiebres nada. Te vas a sentar con las piernas cruzadas.
All right, so here, now I want you to kind of just look around the room that you're in, and I want you, I know I can't hear you, but I want you to say out loud 5 things that you notice in that room. I'm gonna go ahead and say 5 things. I notice a clock, I notice a stuffed animal, I notice some chairs, I notice some tables, and I notice some water bottles.
Mientras estás sentado, quiero que busques ahí donde estás sentado, en el cuarto, en la sala, en tu cuarto. Quiero que hables y digas las palabras en voz alta, las cosas que observas en tu casa. Por ejemplo, veo un bote de agua, unos muñequitos, un reloj, unas sillas, unas mesas. Dilo en voz alta.
All right, so now we're gonna take our breath and we're gonna just kind of bring our head just gently to the right side and we're gonna hold it there and we're just gonna take in 2 deep breaths.
Vamos a respirar profundamente 2 veces mientras inclinamos nuestra cabeza bien suavecito hacia la derecha.
Notice and feel your stomach rising and falling. You're gonna bring your head back center again. And then now we're gonna bring our head to the left side and we're going to take 2 deep breaths.
Puedes observar cómo tu estómago se llena de aire, tus pulmones se llenan de aire. Ahora haz lo mismo en el otro lado, a mano izquierda, tu cabeza lentamente, 2 respiraciones grandes.
All right, go ahead and bring it back center and take 1 big deep breath. You can kind of even bring your arms into it and kind of let
Y otra vez al centro, respira hacia adentro, manos arriba. Y cuando dejas salir el aire, tus manos van a venir hacia abajo.
All right, now we are going to move into a stretch for our bottoms, and that muscle is your gluteus maximus. So you're gonna bend your legs, so bending your legs, and you're gonna bring your left leg on top of your right leg, and you are going to just push forward just a little bit, and you should feel that stretch right in your hamstring and your gluteus maximus.
Vamos a estirar los glúteos, que son el músculo que está entre tu pierna y tu nalguita, y vas a traer un pie arriba de tu rodilla y vas a empujar lentamente.
And one last breath here.
Respira profundo.
And go ahead and bring that left foot down.
Y hacia abajo.
And now we're gonna bring our right foot over.
Ahora la derecha.
And we're gonna stretch out with that right leg.
Vamos a estirar esa pierna derecha.
2 deep breaths.
2 respiraciones profundas.
Good job. Hopefully you were feeling that in your hamstrings and your glutes.
Bien hecho.
Now we're gonna lay down so our back is flat on the ground and our hands are down by our side.
Vamos a
All
acostar
right?
con las espaldas contra el piso y las manos al lado de la cintura.
And we're gonna come up into bridge position. All right, so you want to bring your bottom up and you want to squeeze your glutes, you want to squeeze those hamstrings.
Vamos a subir en posición de un
And
puente
take 2 breaths here.
y tomar 2 respiraciones, apretando los glúteos
And slowly come back down.
y lentamente regresamos para abajo
And go back up one more time.
y una vez más hacia arriba,
2 deep breaths here.
2 respiraciones profundas
And come back down.
y luego bajamos.
Good job, you guys.
Bien hecho.
Now we're gonna come up to a tabletop position. So you're gonna come up onto all 4s. So you're gonna have your hands right underneath your shoulders and you want your knees right underneath your hips.
Vamos a hacer la posición de la mesa con tus manos abajo de tus hombros y tus rodillas abajo de tu cintura.
And we're gonna go into cat. When a cat stretches and their back comes up real high.
Vamos a imaginarnos que somos un gato y encurvamos nuestra espalda.
And then we're gonna come back down to tabletop and then kind of scoot your bottom towards the air. And we're gonna go into cow.
Y luego vamos a hacer como la vaca.
And I really like how you can add the noise also. And we're gonna go back up to cat.
Como el
Take 2
gato,
breaths.
curviados como el gato.
And back down to cow.
Y en la posición de la vaca.
And come back into neutral position, so tabletop.
Bien, en posición de la mesa ahora.
We're gonna now do some challenging balance poses. So we're gonna do extended cat pose. So now I want you to bring your left arm straight up in front of you, and I want you to bring your right leg straight out in front of, behind you. All right, and I want you to hold this for 2 deep breaths.
Vamos a balancearnos ahora, la mano izquierda arriba, el pie derecho arriba y tomando 2 respiraciones profundas.
It's okay if you fall out of it. You can just get back in.
Está bien si te caes, te puedes levantar de nuevo.
And go ahead and come back to tabletop. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side.
La mesa otra vez, ahora el otro
So
lado.
bring your left leg straight behind you and bring your right arm straight out in front of you and hold this and take 2 deep breaths.
Mano derecha, pie izquierdo, 2 respiraciones profundas.
And slowly bring it back down to tabletop.
A la posición de mesa.
All right, now we're gonna go from here, we're gonna go into our first downward dog. So
Vamos
you're
a
going
ir.
to bring your feet up, all right? And you're gonna pedal out your feet.
Vamos a pedalear los pies en posición de downward dog.
For 2 breaths.
2 respiraciones profundas.
Now what I want you guys to do is I want you to slowly walk your hands towards your feet.
Camina con tus manos hacia tus pies.
And I want you to just kind of hang there and take 2 deep breaths.
Cuelga tus manos ahí, relajándote con 2 respiraciones profundas.
And as you slowly come up, I want you to come up so slow, as if you're just getting out of bed in the morning and you're real tired still. You're just kind of going real slow. So you're going to come up nice and slow.
Levántate lentamente, como si te estuvieras despertando cada mañana, bien despacito.
Bring your shoulders back, kind of roll your shoulders nice and slow.
Gira tus hombros hacia atrás, hacia adelante.
And now you're going to come to the front. And what I want you to do now is we're going to do some challenging balance poses.
Ahora vamos a hacer los retos de los balanceos.
We're going to first start with tree pose. So I want you, if you're feeling like you can balance really well today, then I want you to challenge yourself. But if you're feeling like your balance, if you need to have that foot more down on the ground, then you can keep your foot just right next to your other foot planted down. You're gonna bring your left foot up, just kind of so it's on the ground, and it's right next to the ankle, right there, just like this.
Vamos
And
a
then I want you
balancearnos.
to extend your branches.
Como un árbol, con tus pies abajo en el piso primero. Tal vez no estemos tan balanceados todavía.
2 deep breaths.
2 respiraciones.
And again, if you wanted to be more challenged, you could have your foot either right here by your calf and slowly bring it down
quieres
and bring your branches
Darte un
down.
reto, levanta el pie un poquito más alto y a ver si te puedes balancear.
And now we're gonna do the right side. So go ahead and plant your left foot firmly on the ground and bring your right foot up and put it right next to your ankle.
Ahora
and
el otro lado.
extend your branches.
Estira tus ramas como árbol.
2 breaths.
Si quieres, trata de levantar tu pie un poquito más.
And go ahead and bring it down. All right, now we're gonna go into airplane. This is a fun balance pose that I know a lot of students love to do this one. You're gonna firmly plant your right foot on the ground, all right? And you're gonna go nice and slow,
Vamos a hacer
and
el
you're gonna
avión.
bring up your left leg and extend
Levantando
your
los brazos.
arms.
Levantando el pie izquierdo como un avión.
Job, everybody.
¡Ay!
If you come out of the balance, that's okay. You can just try again. And slowly come back down.
Muy bien hecho.
And now we're gonna go with the right leg up. So firmly plant your left leg on the ground
Ahora con el pie
and
izquierdo,
slowly
en el piso.
extend your right leg back and
despacio estirando los
extend
brazos
your arms.
y los pies hasta tomar la posición de un avión.
Awesome, I see lots of wonderful airplanes.
Veo muchos aviones ahí en las alas.
2 breaths
2 respiraciones.
and slowly come back
Y bajamos.
down. All right, now we're gonna go into another balance pose, chair pose. Slightly bend your knees.
Ahora vamos a poner la
and
posición de la
bring your
silla.
arms up in front of you, right by your ears.
Las manos junto a tus
Make sure those
orejas.
shoulders are down.
Manos enfrente al lado de tus oídos y sentándote como una silla.
And come back up.
Y luego hacia arriba.
Take a deep breath.
Respira profundamente.
We're gonna go back down to tabletop now. So back down to where your knees and your hands are. And we're gonna go back into our downward dog from there.
En la posición Downward Dog empezamos.
And now for a challenge, if you would like, I want you to put your forearms down on the ground and go into Dolphin Pose.
Ahora quiero que pongas tus codos en el piso para hacerte un reto en la posición de un delfín.
2 breaths here.
2 respiraciones.
And go ahead and go back up to Downward Dog.
Y regresamos a Downward Dog.
2 breaths here.
2 respiraciones.
And slowly come back into a seated position.
Y luego regresamos lentamente con los pies cruzados.
How are you all feeling now?
Ahora, ¿cómo te sientes?
Do you notice your heart has slowed down?
¿Has notado que tu corazón ahora late un poquito más despacio?
We had lots of fun today. We have done some warm-up activities. We have done some juggling. We did some dancing, and we did some yoga.
Hemos hecho mucho hoy. Empezamos con unas actividades instantáneas, hicimos malabarismo, hicimos un baile y ahora estamos terminando relajándonos con yoga.
So I hope now that you all are feeling nice and relaxed and you all have had an amazing day doing these fun, awesome PE activities.
Ahora espero que ustedes tengan un buen día. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros haciendo las actividades de educación física y que se mantengan activos durante cada día.
It has been such a fun day to spend with you all at home doing these fun PE activities. I'm going to go ahead and let Mr. Anderson review everything that we have done.
Gracias por estar con nosotros. Ahora vamos a darle el tiempo al maestro Anderson para que repasemos lo que hemos hecho hoy.
So I hope everyone during this off time is up and moving their bodies, staying active. When times are tough, I always find it really energizing to get up, get out, and move my body. So thank you all for joining us today at home with APS PE Edition.
Espero que se divirtieron hoy. Yo, en mi opinión, cada vez que tenemos cosas que nos pasan en la vida, que tal vez tenemos preocupaciones, como estamos ahora, es bien importante salir afuera y hacer mucho ejercicio y mantenernos activos. Gracias por estar con nosotros hoy en At Home con APS.
Do you want to review for them?
Vamos a repasar con el maestro Dunham.
So, just a review of what we did today. We started off with some physical activity, some exercise to get us moving around.
Empezamos con unos ejercicios que hicieron que nuestro corazón empezara a latir más fuerte.
And you may have noticed that every activity that we did when we started off our session today was something that you could do at home. So everything that we've done today, these are all things that you can do at home.
Y creo que se dieron cuenta que cada actividad que hicimos hoy aquí, ustedes también lo pueden hacer en la casa, ahí donde están.
After we did our physical activity and got our bodies ready to move, we then went into some throwing and catching, which was the beginning of juggling.
Después de que hicimos las actividades físicas, empezamos con el malabarismo, empezamos las primeras fases del malabarismo con tirando y ganando las bolsas.
We started with one plastic bag, and then we were practicing first just throwing and catching, and then we started doing that movement of starting low and ending high from one hand to the other.
Empezamos con una bolsa desde abajo hacia arriba, un nivel bajo hasta un nivel alto.
We then went into some challenges, throwing and catching at different levels, throwing and catching with different body parts, and doing some different throwing and catching challenges.
También tiramos a niveles altos, a niveles bajos, niveles medios, y también hicimos algunos trucos con solo una bolsa.
From there, we moved on to two plastic bags.
Luego hicimos dos bolsas,
Using that same motion of starting low and ending high, but this time with two bags.
ese mismo movimiento desde abajo hacia arriba, pero ahora usando dos bolsas.
From there, we did a juggling challenge, two bags with just one hand.
Luego
And we
los
were able
retamos.
to modify it.
Los retamos a hacer dos, con dos bolsas y una mano.
We were able to modify it to really slow movement, or if we wanted to be challenged, we went ahead and we followed Mr. Anderson.
También hicimos modificaciones para hacerlo despacio o para hacerlo rápido.
After that, like Mr. Anderson said, and it's the same at my school, we have to have dancing. So we got up, we were moving around again. We did a really fun and simple dance that you could do at home.
Y luego hicimos un baile, que siempre hacemos en la escuela. Hacemos un baile solo para relajarnos un poquito.
We ended with some great flexibility, some stretching to get our mind right during this time, because now your minds are ready to learn and move on with the rest of your day.
Y terminamos con yoga, donde hicimos flexibilidad, hicimos unos ejercicios de atención plena, donde ahora podemos concentrarnos y aprender más en la escuela.
Thank you for joining us here today at Home with APS.